All right, this is 4.2 practice. We only have to do the first 5. So first, what we're going to do is, remember, we're doing it by substitution. So I take a look at the first 2 problems, and I think about what's the easiest way to get an x or a y alone. So I say there's an x right here in the second one, so I want to get that alone. So I'm going to minus 3y on each side. So then I'll have x is equal to negative 3y plus 7.5. So now I know what x equals, and that is just this right here. So I'm going to go to the first equation and plug it in. So that would look like the negative 3, then bring this down to negative 3y plus 7.5. Then I gotta keep this minus 2y equals 5.5. After I do that, I have to distribute, so that's going to be 9y, and then this is going to be 22.5, I believe. Yep, so that would be minus 22.5. Then I'm going to keep the minus 2y is equal to 5.5. So from there, all I need to do is combine like terms and do some algebra. So this would be 7y minus 22.5 is equal to 5.5. I'm going to add 22.5 to each side. So 7y is going to be equal to 28. So y is equal to 4. Now, what we're going to do from here is I can plug it into either one of these equations. These original equations right here. And it doesn't matter. I'm just going to take this 4 and plug it in for the y of either one of these equations to find out what my x should be. I think using this second equation would be easier because it's got smaller numbers, and less numbers, I guess you could say. So I'm going to plug that 4 in for the y, and I'm going to erase this just for now. You would not erase it. You would keep and show your work. So that would be x plus 12 so now I have an x and a y, so my final answer is going to be negative 4.54. All right, I go to the next one, and then look at this. It's already solved for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this 3x, and I'm going to literally just plug it in for the y. Okay, just taking this 3x, because we know that's what y equals. So I'll get 3x is equal to negative x plus 4. I want to get all the x's to one side, so I'm going to plus x. I'll get 4x is equal to 4. Divide that, I'll get x is equal to 1. Then I go back, and I think I could use either one of these equations, but which one do I want to use? I will just use this first one. So I'm just going to plug the x in. So the y is equal to the negative x. So it's going to be the opposite of my x. That's going to be negative 1 plus 4. Y is equal to 3. So my final answer is going to be 1, 3. All right. Moving on. This one right here, this first problem's already been solved for us, or the y, or one of the variables has. So I'm going to take this part right here and just plug it in right there in the y. So I have to keep the 2, but I'm going to put a parentheses and then just plug it in 2x minus 10. And that's going to equal x minus 8. Then I'll distribute. We'll get 4x minus 20 is equal to x minus 8. So then I'm going to take the x over, the x over here and the 20 over here. And I'll get 3x is equal to 12. So then x is going to equal to 4. So if x is equal to 4, again, I'm going to pick either one of these. I'm going to take the second one. So 2y is equal to, plug in the x there, which is 4 minus 8. 2y is equal to 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So then y is equal to negative 2. So my final answer for this one is going to be 4, negative 2. All right, let's keep moving along. 2 more. Just for now, I'm going to cover this one up. All right, so I have to get one of the variables alone. Now I could either do an x or I could do a negative y. So if I do a negative y, that means I'm probably going to have to flip things or divide by negative 1. So I'm probably just going to go and shoot for the x. So I'm going to want to minus 1 on each side. So then 2y minus 1 is equal to x. So now I'm going to take this right here, plug it in right there. And what I'll get is negative 2 it'll be 2y minus 1, and then I keep whatever's left, so minus y is equal to 7. So it'll be negative 4y plus 2 minus y is equal to 7. Combine like terms, I'll get negative 5y plus 2 is equal to 7. And then I get negative 5. Y is going to equal to 5, so y is equal to negative 1. Okay, so if y equals negative 1, then we just need to plug it back in and find the x. So we can pick either one of these equations, whichever one's easier. I'll just go with the first one. So I'm just going to plug 2 times, and then plug my y in, which would be negative 1. is equal to x plus 1. So that'd be negative 2 is equal to x plus 1. And I'm going to get the x by itself, so I'm going to have minus 1 on each side. So x is going to equal negative 3. So my final answer is going to be negative 3, negative 1. All right, let's go on to number 5. Last one here. It already has one of the variables all by itself, so I'm just going to take that and I'm going to plug it in right there. So I'm still going to have to keep my x, and then it's going to be plus. Then I'm going to keep the 2, and then for the y, plug in. I'm just going to plug this in right here. 3x minus 14 is equal to 14. So now we'll just distribute this. I'll have x plus 6x minus 2 times negative 14 is 28, or 2 times 14 is 28, so minus 28 is equal to 14. Combine like terms. So I'm going to combine like terms, and then I'm going to add 28 to each side. So I'm going to have 7x is equal to 42 divided by 7. X is going to be equal to 6. So I'm going to keep that. You guys are going to keep this work there. I'm just running out of room. All right, so now pick the easiest one, whichever one you want. These both seem pretty easy, but the first one's addition, so I'll go with that one. So I'm going to plug that in, and I'm going to plug in 6 plus, I'm using this equation, 6 plus 2y is equal to 14. Now I'm going to try to solve for y. I don't need this one anymore. So I'm going to get 2y is equal to minus 6 on each side, 8, y is equal to 4. So my final answer for number 5 is going to be 6, 4. All right, that's all of them for the homework today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.